Hi, I'm Eli, and I've been a dungeon master for 14 years. And even after all that time, I still find it can be difficult to come up with an idea to entertain my players. So, I am hopping in my truck, I am leaving Menasha, Wisconsin, and I am heading 102 miles that away to Rib Mountain State Park because I think it's only fair that I award myself a point of inspiration. The landscape here is pretty flat. I mean, look at fields. Oh, more fields. Look, more fields. Driving through this makes me feel a little vulnerable. I mean, the woods off the side feel imposing, and then here you are, just standing in an open field. I can imagine if you're a party traveling across land, forests are something you might want to avoid. I feel like driving is just one of the things I've always done for inspiration ever since I got my license, which is not too long after I actually started dungeon mastering. I would just go out and drive and just look at things, just look around and try to find something that inspired me. And oh my god, is that an elephant? Okay, so was not expecting this. Cool. Not ominous at all. Cool. Seriously, though, where did this come from? It was beautiful all day, then all of a sudden, bam, fog. It's crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and skip some time here because it's just fields of nothing, and head straight towards the mountain. These are some interesting facts that I learned about Rib Mountain through a very quick Wikipedia search. First, standing at 1,942 feet, it is the third tallest point in Wisconsin. It is 4 miles long, and it is made almost entirely out of quartzite. And quartzite comes in several different colors, which makes the mountain kind of have a rainbow gradient. It is 1.5 billion years old, making it 0.5 billion years older than the Rocky Mountains. And it is the supposed burial place of Paul Bunyan, and the neighboring hill of Mosinee Hill is the burial place of his giant blue ox. I learned that in elementary school. Look at it. I mean, it's gorgeous up here. I used to camp here as a kid, so I'm familiar with the landscape, but it gets me every time. I know I should walk the trails first before it gets too toasty out, but I just gotta see the top of Rib Mountain first. It just seems right. Looking at it now, I don't think mountaintop. I'm thinking ancient ruins. The queen's chair is large enough where an actual giant queen could have sat atop it. The natural rock formations here are large enough in scale where I feel like nothing else but giants could have lived here, and this is their throne room from their ancient kingdom of Astoria, as laid out in the Monster Manual or Volo's Guide to Monsters. My only question now is, what kind of giants? If this is a ruin of some kind, then a tower like this would be excellent for surveying the surrounding landscapes. A creature defending the mountain could see for miles up here. It seems really bizarre that everywhere else is flat, and this mountain seems like it appeared out of nowhere. It seems almost unnatural in a way. Now I plan to walk some trails to try to figure out what the story of this mountain could be based on what I see. Plus, I get the added benefit of getting the true adventurer experience by walking encumbered with filming equipment and various D&D books. So I have two thoughts about all of this so far, all of this gorgeous landscape. It's that, first, I'm gonna try not to use elves. I really want to, but I feel like that's just a given. Secondly, why did I bring so much stuff in my backpack? I'm dying. My initial thought is with all the woods, it would be like a hunting ground, training ground kind of deal, where it's like people or rangers come up here and train to be rangers. Like there's a lodge up here, but I don't know if that's overused. I don't know. I'll give it a shot. I'm also getting some pretty big druid energy from up here. So I'll figure that out, I guess. Another thing is, I haven't seen a whole bunch of wildlife, just like squirrels, but there's a ton of mushrooms here. Like a ton of them. I'm gonna have to start, and like decay. Like there's a lot of wet logs and just rot, and there's a faint damp smell of, I don't know, I'll just say decay again. So I think I want to use that. That immediately makes me think of like a spore druid, or even the Golgari swarm. I don't know. Interesting. I don't remember like any of this from when I was a kid, so this is kind of cool. I'm glad I'm doing this. I feel like this looks important somehow. I'm seeing a lot of like natural steps, like over here, which makes me think of ruins, which is not the vibe I was expecting from a mountain, weirdly enough. So I keep thinking about the Queen's Chair, that one rock that I climbed up on. That used to be just impossible when I was roughly 3 feet tall, and it was a breeze now. But what if this whole mountain was like maybe a stone giant? I don't know. I'm also thinking maybe cloud giant, but we'll see. Actually, that'd be pretty cool if it was a cloud giant kingdom that once they forgot how to build their cloud castles, they touched down on a place that has particularly low clouds like we saw in the observation deck. That might be cool. I think I'm onto something. More decay. Weird. I don't know if I've ever seen a tree just kind of fall apart so geometrically before. See, now that's just unnatural. Like this place. I know it's just burls, but that looks like corruption or Far Realm influence if you're playing a more Far Realm-like game. Yeah, that's spooky. Nope. Gotta go to the quarry. Have to. I need to see what the quarry is. I didn't even know this place had a quarry. I'm also starting to notice that there's a lot of like carvings into the trees, you know, people's initials. Harmless graffiti. What I'm starting to think is, what if that's thieves' cant? Or druidic? I feel like druidic isn't used as a language at all. So if this is druids trying to send a message to others, that might be a cool idea. They can read the trees and be like, oh, warnings. A pretty low perception check that only a druid could make. With all this corruption and decay ideas I have, I super regret not bringing Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, because I would need to read up on the Golgari. But also my back is thanking me for not bringing Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, because this backpack, it's getting a little heavy. Actually, it started off heavy, now it's getting pretty bad. More walking. I think is that the red trail marker again? No, I thought I was heading to the quarry. Where the hell am I? Okay, so not the red trail. It looks like an orange trail. But we're starting to get into something like ravine-y or quarry-ish. So that should be cool. Where does Turkey Vulture Trail? Oh, come on. It's like it wants me to get lost. Quarry Trail it is. And Turkey Vulture Trail. How about that? So I did in fact find the quarry. I'm coming up to it now. It looks like there's a nice little resting spot where I can gather my thoughts. Sorry, I have to look down because this is not a... Holy crap. What is this? I've never been here before. There's a small lake. This is crazy. Okay, so there's gold here. This might go well with my dwarven idea. Way here I wanted to do a series of adventures that could be low level, mid level, high level. I think the best way to do this would be something at the foothills, something dealing with that corruption, like that, like all the mushroom and fungus. corrupted animals, maybe harpies, something like that, hags, something maybe demonic or infernal, or maybe just like a natural fungal thing. I'm really hooked on this idea of the Golgari swarm. And I know I'm going to be eaten alive by that because, you can't have Ravnik on your homebrew world. Well, here I am. Then mid-level, I'm thinking kind of similar to the Lost Mines of Phandelver, but leveled up, where there is that abandoned quarry where gold was found at one point. Dwarves or some other mining company went there and tried to look for more minerals, and maybe there's a resurgence in that. Maybe someone got their fortune read and said, oh, your fortune will be found on Red Mountain, or whatever fantasy name I give it. Then the third adventure is that, or the second adventure would end with finding weird giant relics. Things that are powerful magic items, maybe floating stones, maybe elemental temple of some sort. And then that leads to the adventure of the peak, where it's like the Queen's Chair, where you are trying to solve something. I haven't quite figured that out yet. So I know I'm on the Turkey Vulture Trail. I have just never been on this before, didn't know it existed until today, and I've been wandering for a while. I don't know if I should turn around or not, but I think for the sake of adventure writing, I'm gonna keep going. We'll see how that goes. I feel like whatever adventure this ends up being, I want it to be a very wilderness and exploration based. I feel like that's an aspect of the game that is often like just overlooked. Because it's like, oh, let's get to the fun stuff. Let's not wander through the woods for a while. But I've been wandering a trail for like 30-ish minutes. And I don't think I'm anywhere close to where I think I should be or am. And I'm pretty sure that just means I failed a survival check. And that makes a lot of sense, considering me, who has a low wisdom score probably. So this should be great. But this is something that I can use in my games, where since I am now lost and concerned, that's not actually lost. But that's something I can use to be like, oh no, you are still following the trail, but you're just going the wrong way, or you didn't know the trail looped back. So that's helpful for building, because I never know how to fail like a survival check. Oh, you're lost in the woods now. Well, most rangers can't get lost. Shoot. I see fawns. Way back there. See him? So the Turkey Vulture Pass, it just kept going down, and I parked up at the way top. So I am now on the Dynamite Path, which is unnerving, but it should be okay. I'm confident I know where I'm going now. Found a bench. Back on a trail that I recognize. Totally not lost. Everything's fine. One thing I do want to emphasize is that a blue trail marker? That's not what I want to emphasize. What I want to emphasize is how much of a physically demanding task hiking down and then up a reasonably sized hill is. Like, one thing I might do is if I have players with lower, I'll say strength or constitution or something. There used to, in 4th edition, there was a skill called endurance that I really, really liked. That went away. I would make constitution checks just to see if they get winded or they slow down, because this is really hard work. I think I'm ready to go, but I'm definitely feeling it, and I've only been hiking 2 hours. I'm not out of shape, but I'm also... Well, I kind of look like I'm a scarecrow filled with old socks, so that should give you an idea of what kind of a hiker I am. So, this is quartzite, I believe. It also comes in like a reddish color. I mean, I'm no geologist, but I think I have my whole story hook based off of these rocks. Oh boy, I'm excited. I gotta say, this whole stream might be the best part of the park so far. This is idyllic and wonderful. That also means water's flowing down, which means I gotta be almost at the top. Woo! Onwards. So close to the stream I was just at, I found what looks like the ruins of a house, or at least hunting something. I see pieces of metal in there. I'm thinking this was maybe a deer blind, although maybe it could have been someone's house. Look at this. That's a pot. Oh man, is this what it's like to actually explore? Do I need to check for traps? My suspicion was correct. There were settlers here. Probably those people who were mining for gold. Okay, so this is a much bigger ruin. Like this is 2-3 times the size of the one I just saw. Also, what's going on with this tree here? Huh. Spooky. Oh, guess what, guys? Still going up. Woo! I was ill prepared for this. I should have stretched, maybe. Or just been more active for the last, I don't know, 27 years. Something like that. But here I am. Still heading up. Okay. I made it back to the quarry trail. And I never thought I'd be so happy. But do you know how I know exactly where I am? Weird growth thing. Yeah! And my tripod broke, so now I have to navigate using a mostly extended tripod. That's cool. I'm only going through difficult terrain. It's fine. So, I'm back on the red trail. And... Oh, the blue trail. Okay, nope, sorry, lied. Going to the blue trail now. I continue my way down the blue trail, and I find myself back at the top of the mountain, near the Queen's Chair and by all those huge monoliths. And a story starts to evolve in my mind. I found my point of inspiration. The story is one of stone and sky, and ruin and ambition and folly, and I really think my players are going to enjoy this. I find a nice little spot to start planning. I flip open my monster manual and start doing a little bit of research, and I think this is where I'm going to end the episode today. This is part 1. Part 2 is where I share with you what I come up with. The whole adventure, the whole shebang. Everything that I have encountered on this mountain and the drive here, I am going to include in the adventure. If you would like to see the next episode, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel so you can keep updated, and be sure to share this video with, everyone you know. A little baby channel like me needs all the help they can get. Thanks for watching, and I hope you get your point of inspiration today.